and welcome to... I clapped. I did. Hello and welcome to Old Faithful, where I clap at the beginning of every episode. With your host, I am Matt Trask. My thanks to Haggerty's Music Works. My thanks to Johnny Hastings behind the camera, making us look good. Please like, share, and subscribe to Haggerty's Music Works YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, and thank you, Matthew Trask, and thank you for your support. Remember, Black Hills Blend Espresso, 4 convenient locations here in Rapid City. They may not make you happy, but they'll make you caffeinated. On to the show. I'm so excited about this episode. I'm excited every week. Bert, Malcom, how are you, buddy?
Not too bad. How you doing, Matthew?
Well, I'm doing all right. I enjoy seeing you. Some people have mentioned that I talk a lot about pawn shops because I do haunt the pawn shop. And this guy now works at one of the pawn shops, so I get to see him all the time. So go ahead and tell us about you with emphasis on your musical journey.
Okay. I basically started playing guitar as a street performer, and I learned from every street performer since then.
Okay.
So I've learned from street performers from each coast, from New York all the way to California. I used to be a hitchhiker.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
for about 2 or 3 years. I was off and on hitchhiking, and then going back home, and then I got to learn from some of the most fantastic artists and the most fantastic musicians that I've ever seen. And
any names that we would know?
No,
have you met
I don't
Charlie Crockett, for example?
No, I haven't.
You have not met Charlie Crockett?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Charlie Crockett?
As I understand it, started on a street corner and has become quite a big deal in the world of authentic country and western music.
Well, I might have actually met him in a weird way. Maybe, but I don't know.
But let's go back to the beginning. Where are you from?
So I was born here in Rapid City, South Dakota.
Were? Okay.
I was born here. But I was raised in Lincoln, Nebraska. So
okay.
I was not raised here. I was raised in Lincoln. I'm not a Huskers fan, if that's what you're wondering.
I wasn't. No, that hadn't even crossed my mind.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew.
Where was your first street that you performed at?
Art Alley.
Oh, what's that?
Art
Alley here in Rapid City.
Yep. I showed up, and I knew probably 5, maybe 6 chords altogether, and just started playing one day. I think it was the very first summer nights that Rapid City had ever had.
Oh, okay.
It was. I had just happened to move here the first year they were starting it. So I was like, well, I got nothing to do, so I'm gonna wait for everybody to get here. And it was the most interesting and awesome experience. Playing down at the summer nights for the first time, and I didn't know anyone, and no one knew me, and I just played for a bunch of people, and I thought it was awesome, so I just kept going.
This is not the only metric, but that first performance in Art Alley, did you make any money?
I did, I think. Actually, I think I made close to like $50.
Hey, that's not bad for your first.
Not bad for first, and I didn't even know how to play guitar really.
Hey, so. Nice, perfect.
So yeah, it was really fun.
Even better. So, how many? You knew 5 or 6 chords. How many songs did you know, or did you just kind of guess?
3.
3 songs.
I needed 3 songs.
And we played them over and over?
And I just played them over and
over. Played them over and over. Nice. Perfect. So, tell us about, was any of your family musical?
In my biological family, no. And my adoptive family, yes.
Okay.
My sister was a fantastic piano player.
Okay.
And she was into all the cool things that I thought were cool when I was younger. She was into martial arts. She was into all sorts of stuff, and I guess I really wanted to follow in her footsteps at a really young age. So I was like, I want to take music seriously, and I did. So.
I see. So then tell us about your first guitar, which may or may not have accompanied you to Art Alley.
It did.
It did. Awesome.
And it was missing 2 strings.
Wow.
It was missing better. 2 strings, and I sat there playing it with 2 strings missing.
So it was
only 3 songs.
A gigantic ukulele.
It was essentially a gigantic ukulele. Yes, that's exactly what it was. It's essentially a gigantic ukulele. And it worked.
Was it somewhat in tune?
It was in tune.
It was in tune.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So you keep saying what a rewarding experience that was. Did you leave Art Alley with your gigantic ukulele thinking, boy, I can't wait to do that again?
I think what I was thinking when I first left Art Alley was, wow, I can only imagine what I would do if I did that on the streets of LA.
Okay.
And so that was like my first thought. I was like, I want to know what it's like to do that, but in a city where there's thousands and millions of people walking around all the time. So
did you get to discover what that's like?
Yes, I did.
Was it awesome?
It was awesome. I got to live on the beach for about 3 months, just kind of a beach hippie for a little while, playing music, writing music.
Okay.
And I wrote probably most of my album there.
So okay. So how long ago would this have been?
This would have been about 6 years ago.
Okay, all right. So relative, you've been playing guitar about 6.5 years then.
Probably, yeah. About 7 or 8 years.
Or it took you a very long time to learn 6 chords.
It took me a very long time to learn 6 chords.
Gotcha, okay.
Because I was in school at the time, and it wasn't until I was really like street performing and out of school that I actually learned a little bit of what I was doing. So.
And going back, I've gotten so excited. What kind of guitar was the gigantic ukulele?
It was a first act.
It was a first act.
It was a first act.
This story
guitar.
is just getting better and better all the time. Do we remember where we got it?
And this is my dad bought it for me because I did landscaping all year, and he thought it was pretty impressive because me and him are both like bookworms and really nerdy, and I was like, I'm gonna go get a job. So,
I see.
And my dad was like really impressed that I did a job that he didn't want to do.
Okay. So now when you say landscaping all year, was it for 12 months?
It was about maybe 6 months until it was too busy and too hard to do at school. So.
And for that arduous back-breaking labor, he bought you a 4-string first act guitar?
It was a 6-string guitar.
Oh, it was a 6-string, and then something happened.
I wasn't very good at playing for a long time.
Okay,
and I think after finally picking it up and deciding I was going to go play it on the streets, I only had 4 strings at the time.
Sure, gotcha. So we moved, where did we move to first?
So I moved to Montana. I started in Rapid City. I moved to Montana. And from Montana, I moved to Los Angeles. From Los Angeles, I drifted around a little while through Los Angeles, all across the beaches. Basically, I just followed the beach all the way down. From North Cali all the way down to South Cali. And then from there on, my little brother wanted to see me, and I hadn't seen him for a long time, so I made it all the way out to Indiana, South Bend, Indiana. And I was in North Dakota at Standing Rock as well. I stayed there, kind of just helping everywhere I could, cooking every once in a while when I could, and then I took off from there to New York, and from New York back to Rapid City. But I stopped at many places ever since. And so I guess I went through Utah, stayed in there for a few weeks, went to New Orleans for a few weeks. Just a bunch of random little places. Just didn't have any direction.
Just kind of the old American dream. A hobo with a guitar.
Pretty much.
A first act.
Pretty much with that. Yep.
Sometimes with 6 strings on it.
Sometimes with 6 strings.
When we can afford them.
Yeah.
Did it have a case?
It did not.
It did not.
It did not. I slept with it in the sand and everything without a case.
Did you have a gig bag? Did you have anything?
I had nothing but a backpack.
A backpack? Yeah. And then you tied twine around the damn thing?
Yeah, I tied twine around it so I could play it when I was out on the streets.
This is like Grave Giraffe stuff going on here. Wow.
Thanks.
This is a great story. Whatever happened to that guitar?
I broke it.
You broke it. Imagine that.
Yeah. I played through them really hard, and I kind of have a talent for living through my guitars. I believe that the way you live with your guitars, they absorb every kind of energy.
Sure.
And so I believe that you kind of carry the spirit of the guitar.
All right.
So if you kind of create a rough guitar, you create a rougher sound.
I like this.
And I don't know. It's just my own theory. It's not true. But maybe it is.
Again, I have to bring up Tommy Emmanuel. You know who he is.
No.
The great Australian fingerstyle guitarist,
wow.
has a theory that you have to change up brands of strings on your guitar because the guitar will get used to a certain brand of strings and you have to keep it on its toes. Now that is a wackadoodle theory, but I like it. And by the way,
That's
audience, you almost witnessed him falling off this stool, and if he does,
Almost.
please don't laugh. It's missing a few bolts. So anyway, so we're back in Rapid in the narrative. Is that right?
Yes. So I'm back in Rapid City, and
with no ukulele.
With a ukulele and a guitar.
Oh wow! The same guitar or a different one?
A different guitar.
Okay.
A different guitar. So I have a new guitar. I kind of acquired and lost and acquired, and I lost a few guitars along the way.
All right.
And I get back here to Rapid City, and I meet the girl of my dreams, and she basically tells me, stick around, and we ended up sticking around, and we were both going to move away together, and it ended up, we decided to stick around. We're raising our family here now.
You know, every time I get back from a 3-year adventure on the coast, I meet the girl of my dreams. Same story, exactly. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
So you're living here now.
Yeah.
And you were telling me what have you been doing until very recently?
I had a daughter. She's 4 now.
Okay.
And I have an older daughter who's almost 12 now.
Okay.
So I've just been taking care of the kids.
Okay.
And just being trying to figure out basically how to balance music and balance work and a career and music and home.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
And you have to tell us about this guitar now. We had an opportunity. Johnny was busy for a while, so we got to talk for a while, and this story is great. So go ahead. Tell us all about this guitar.
All right. So this guitar is in great shape, besides the fact that it's pieced together by glue. So I dropped this guitar, and it actually hit the head off of the guitar, and it popped the whole rod out of the guitar, and it just happened to break just ever so precisely, and I left it like that, and I went and got glue and a whole bunch of Gorilla Glue and just put it on there as thick as I could, and then I just shoved it back in there, and it's been working ever since.
Scott Pack, are you paying attention? That's how you do that. Yes. That is a fantastic story. Where did this instrument come from?
So this instrument was actually a gift from my wife. We had been going through some hard times, so I went and pawned a guitar, and it was one of my favorite guitars in the world, and I named that guitar Lucy, and Lucy was a beauty. And I took it in and I pawned it. And when I pawned it to a pawn shop that was not the pawn shop that I work at currently.
Okay.
Not the pawn shop.
Right.
But I pawned it there. They didn't take care of my guitar. Well, now the guitar has a warped neck and it doesn't play, and it's warped to the point where it's turning sideways now.
Wow!
And it was not warped even just a little bit.
No amount of Gorilla Glue is gonna fix it.
Yeah, Gorilla Glue wasn't gonna fix that.
Right.
So what I basically did is I just pawned it back to them for the same cash that I had, and then I went to go back into a different place, and I was really bummed I didn't have a guitar. My wife decided that she wanted to get me one that was really cool, so she asked me what color I wanted to get, and I said I want black. So she got me a black guitar, and I decided to name this guitar in memory of Lucy. So I named this one Lucy as well, and this is Lucy number 2. And I named it Lucy as in Lucifer, and the other one was Lucille because everybody loves Lucy. And this one's Lucy as in Lucifer because after everyone loves Lucy died, I pretty much took this one to the crossroads to get the soul of that one back. So now the spirit of Lucy is in this one.
Yes, I love it.
So,
did you put the stickers on her?
I did not. My wife does.
Oh, all right.
So when my wife goes on her business trips to go do her photography and everything, she finds stickers.
Okay.
Everywhere she goes, if we don't go on a trip together.
Right.
She'll find a sticker and she'll bring it back and she'll give it to me and I'll put it on my guitar. And that's how I'm basically building the spirit of this guitar.
Sure,
because I want this guitar to have the spirit of me and my wife's relationship.
Perfect. I like it. So is this the guitar we're going to talk about your upcoming recordings now? Is this the guitar you've been using on the recording?
Yes, this is the guitar I've been using. Right. The glued guitar.
The glued guitar, yes. All the luthiers, I hope they're watching this episode because we're getting fantastic tips and tricks here.
Okay.
So tell us about your upcoming project.
So I've got quite a few upcoming projects right now that I'm working on. Right now, I've just been doing the background work to keep of course, recording my music,
right?
But also to gather equipment so I can start my own business.
Okay.
So what I'm going to be doing with my business is I'm going to be basically being like a multitude of a media service.
Okay.
So I'm going to have a multitude of media services, including like cinematography, music recording, mixing, mastering, things like that. And also, I'm starting a theater program.
Oh,
where I'm going to be, teaching kids how to act, and throwing on shows as well, and then throwing on little small short films with the kids as well, and enlisting programs where these kids pay for a scholarship, and then they come into the program. And by the end of the program, they'll have either a DVD to give to their mom, or they'll have a show for their parents to come to.
Oh, hey, nice.
So, yeah.
Cool.
So that's my official idea and everything. And I want to work into it and at the same time record my music and release my music.
Right.
But at the same time be using the momentum and stuff to promote my new business. So.
Yeah. And so all these will be the songs that you wrote on the coast in your travels with your ukulele?
I'm finally ready to release them.
You're really releasing them. Have they aged well? Did you have to revisit some? And
I had to revisit quite a few. I did. I had to revisit quite a few, and I'm not the same person that I was, and I'm not the same guitarist, and I'm not the same musician. I really had to go into the ideas of why I created the songs, and remembering that feeling of like sitting on the beach in California and what was my inspiration for that song.
That can be extremely difficult in the winter in South Dakota.
Yeah, it was
sitting on the beach.
Me. Absolutely,
When it's 30 below.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hard to get in that mindset.
Oh my gosh, it's really hard, yeah.
Do we have anything else that we need to talk about?
I have a show at the Cave Collective on January 29th.
Hey, yes.
I'm excited with that. I'm going to be playing with Crazy Mountain Billies, and I got to listen to some of their music, and they've got some really interesting music, and I love it as well, and I'm excited for that.
Cool. Yes. Where can we find you online? Thanks for
You can find me at SoundCloud at Bert Malcom.
Okay.
BertMalcom, or you can find me on Facebook at Bert Malcom as well.
He also has a TikTok.
I also have a TikTok.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready to play a song?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Sounds good. Remember my sponsorship with Trask Hay LLC, large, round, and square bales, and custom haying services. You might need hay put up next summer. Call Joe Trask, 515-0858. That is the 605 number. In honor of my newest cowboy hat, Clint Black says, change your strength. Ladies and gentlemen, Bert Malcom.
Paralyzed and terrified by just one look, good baby, you could kill a man right where you stand. Oh, I said, paralyzed and terrified by just one look, good baby, you could kill a man right where he stands. Don't wanna be another name in our book. Oh yeah. Oh, you got my heart on hook. Oh yeah. She says, fragile little man, won't you try to catch me if you can? If you just can't keep my mind tonight, don't even try your chance. Sure is empty as your words, you're gonna get what you deserve. And you can't keep those lies to yourself that I know you've rehearsed. Don't wanna be another name in my book. Oh yeah. Oh, you got my heart on the hook, God. Is it true, sir, that you said think you could seduce that Medusa in me? Oh yeah. Don't wanna be another name in my book, yeah. No, baby, I'm crazy, but I'm not as crazy as I could be. Oh. Don't wanna be another name in my book, yeah. Don't wanna be another name in her book. Don't wanna be another name in my book. Paralyzed and terrified by just one look, oh baby, you could kill a man right where he stands. Oh yeah, paralyzed and terrified by just one look, oh baby, you could kill a man right where he stands. Oh, don't wanna be another name in my book.
Woo!
All right.
Bert Malcom, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.